Hi, everyone at Severn. I'm David. These guys are Ian and Sheila. You may or may not know them. They were part of Severn Vineyard almost 10 years ago now. They left to go to Mexico, and they've been up to some wonderful things in Mexico in the last 10 years. I'm just going to ask them today a little bit about what they've done over the last 10 years and recent changes to what the work that they've been doing. Do you want to just explain a little bit about what you've been up to?
Hi, David. Hi, Severn.
Hello, Severn.
Yeah, we're we're coming soon to see you UK. Don't know if we might see some of you. That would be nice. So about a year and a half ago, we wrapped up a project that we had started and been involved in for 5 years here in Manzanillo. Beautiful, beautiful Manzanillo, seaport on the western Pacific coast below Puerto Vallarta, if people know, and way above Acapulco. So we're sort of, I don't know, we're in the middle, but that's where we are. And we started a rehabilitation and restoration centre, 24 hours for boys under 18 involved with drugs, alcohol addictions. We set it up, we started it, and it wasn't just to keep them there, it was to restore them. So we didn't run it like an orphanage, we didn't run it just like a rehabilitation, but it was a whole person and whole family thing. So what we wanted to do was to get these boys back into families. So in the 5 years that we ran it, there were 33 boys that came through, some literally for a day or two. Some were migrant. We had one boy was picked up by the police, brought to us. He wouldn't say where he had come from, but he was obviously on his way to the States. But he was with us. I think we had him for a week, and we cleaned him up. We fed him. We loved him. And he went, and we just pray for him that he got where he needed to be and he's safe. But others stayed for 18 months, 9 months. But two in particular we had were one who came at 13, and he only got an educational learning age of 9 years old. But by the end of the 5 years, and this was a year and a half ago, he came second in the whole of his college, and he passed his prep, which is equivalent to A levels. And he went on to university. He's doing international business studies. He's absolutely beautiful boy. We keep in touch with him. Another boy who had been with us for about 4 years, Angel, and he's the same. He came in, we're both involved in drugs, life a mess, and they are both now successfully, he's waiting to go into the Marines, which is the highest military education you can get. Okay, so Ian will explain what we're now doing.
Politics changed here, and the organization was looking after all the boys, with problems with alcohol and drugs or crime changed, and they stopped sending us kids. So that's why we had to stop. So now we're talking about healthy thinking, and we've got a course. It's actually based on a UK holistic CBT course that we've got translated into Spanish, and we're running that out now to not only for kids in the orphanage but to the community. Help support the orphanage. We have people come and stay here, teams that come down, and we've got lots of bedrooms, all with beautiful views of the Pacific. And I work with the boys in Casa 2, which is the teenage boys, and take them out. We're trying to just help them. We've recently put some solar panels in and some boilers. But the big thing we're working on at the moment, the big sort of exciting projects, is one, getting the healthy thinking course and running it out to the community. And then we've also got a Canadian organization who's really right at the top of the tree when it comes to AI and everything else. And they are given us access to a robotics course. And the reason for thinking that is not only in terms of kids here getting addiction, but also just to sort of help them get involved with other things and give them a help. So robotics is two things really. It's also creativity, but also just basic programming. And in the future, the AI world, we really think this is going to be useful for these kids. Now, while this is a beautiful place, there are three cartels that are fighting for control of the largest port in Mexico. So actually, if you are on the edges and not protected in society, then you are really in a very dangerous situation. So anybody we can help with addictions, anybody we can help further them, getting them help with like learning English, learning, something like robotics.
It was an opportunity not just to work with boys, but to actually work with girls as well, and also to develop a healthy thinking program, which is actually a prevention for going into a life of drugs and alcohol addiction. And the big thing about this orphanage, it's called Casa Hogar Angelitos. They are an international dance company. They actually go all around the world performing ethnic dances, Mexican cultural dancing, and they are really, really good. A lot of the work that they do with these children to help them mentally, emotionally, self-discipline is in dance. But one of our things is that's okay, but not 60 odd kids all might not want to do dance. We wanted to do something different to give the kids that aren't dance orientated something. And robotics, we felt, was something that all kids are going to benefit from now.
Amazing. Thanks for telling us those stories and about what you're involved in now. Could you just explain a little bit about what partnership with Severn has looked like over the last 10 years or so, and what you imagine partnership with Severn looking like going forwards, and how people over here can be connected with you and can help in any way?
We've got you as our sort of staff connection and support, but we've also got Nigel and Helen and Gazard, and they video us every sort of few weeks. They are sort of emotional and prayer support.
They've been brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, before they came on board, we were quite struggling, but since they've been on board, we've seen lots of answers to prayer, and it's been brilliant. And on that, we're hoping that they can come out by the end of this year or early next year to see us. And Severn have been involved and been supportive, and we've had people from Severn that have been giving and supportive.
And Severn have given as well.
Yeah, Severn have given. Yeah. Severn themselves have given. And obviously, we'd love people to come and see us. And now, because it's a much bigger project, it's 60 to 70 kids most of the time. And they got 3 different houses and things. And there's a cafe they're starting, and I'm doing the cyber cafe for the robotics. So there's a lot more people can get involved with, so they could come out, have a holiday, get involved with the teams.
Get involved with the dance, but get involved with painting, DIYing, depending on what you would be interested in. But you could do a mixture. We could, and obviously sightseeing. We've got volcanoes here just up the road, an hour and a half away. You've got active volcano. Absolutely amazing.
So you'd love visitors from Severn.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful experience, and there's also lots that visitors could get involved with in terms of helping stuff on the ground.
November to March is the time really to do it. And or April, but unless you really love humidity and mosquitoes, then probably the summer months aren't the time to come.
Well, it is just humid, but you just jump in the pool or have a shower and you're fine.
We'd love to be involved in praying for you consistently. So do you want to just give us a few prayer points, a few ways we can be praying for you guys at the moment?
Just getting people involved in these 2 courses would be really good. I think we got the courses going up. I'd love for the cafe to be set up as well, but that's going to take quite a lot of finances. Overall, keeping the orphanage going and the kids and just the opportunities for the kids. I think that's the main thing. It's
the amount of money it costs to keep 60 odd children, plus doing all the events, schooling. It costs so much. It'd be lovely to meet some amazing influencer or something that could actually put us out there on the web or do something and get some sponsorship. But if not, just people's kindness really to give. But prayer, just prayer for us.
I think if people can get into their hearts, just that these kids are an amazing risk. I mean, the cartel on cartel violence here is enormous, and that we're just desperately trying to save them from going down into that world, and therefore we think what we're trying to do is quite valuable.
So we can certainly pray for financial provision, but if individuals wanted to give, could you explain how we could do that?
As I say, on the Severn website, there is overseas partners. If you go to the last section, and there's overseas partners, and we're there. And if you go down to the bottom of our spiel, there is a link, and that takes you to the Children's Foundation website, and then that takes you through to give.net, which is stewardship.
If anyone wants to come, the accommodation will be free. And everything, once you get here, it will be free. You just need to get here.
Yeah, we'll look after you. I mean, we do have, 7 bedrooms with en suites and beautiful views of the Pacific. So we are very spoiled.
Well, thanks so much, guys, for talking to us. We love partnering with you at Severn, and we're excited for all that you're doing at the moment and going to do.